Okay, the panels are down. The guys just left. Gotta fix up the camera. It's gonna have to put one of the brackets back up to hold the camera. That's about it there. So bang and back it back up. Put the camera back up shortly. Still got all day. Now I was just pulling these apart. The wood, a lot of it was just easily pulled down as some of it was, brittle. So I just dumped down the old wood. Down here, got the guys who put it here, and I was pulling some panels apart. But we did have an issue, as they say, some were getting stuck with the clips, and they couldn't pull it through. They cut some wire in here on a few panels. So what I'm going to have to do, and I offered to do, could have sent off a check, or they would have to fix themselves, which is what he offered. And I mentioned about it in the last little video. I can't really just rewire it at the end here. They have to be attached so it's all one wire when they can be exposed to the elements outside kind of thing. You want them all to be connected properly, otherwise you can have issues when it comes to inspectors. So I've got a few of them that are being cut. I find to get them off you have to have a special tool, which is what they show. You can get them off with a special tool. You'd think if you were removing panels that you would have such a special tool that makes it really easy to get off. Because if you've got fat fingers, let's get down the rain for a minute before it stops. Hit the stop button. Got fat fingers. Oh, bloody shit outside everywhere. The dogs, they always know exactly your walk lines, don't they? So I just do it on poo, and there's always a couple of peas out here to get picked up. There's a special tool where you can just go, it's like a pair of pliers, and then just go, so you can take them off. And so I don't know why they didn't have that tool, right, to end up having such a mistake or a problem when they have a problem to get that mistake, to have to rewire it. But anyway, it was an issue, but I've sorted it with good Dicumat communication that I can reattach them myself. So I've got all the bits back in that they've cut off, and just shorten the wire. So hopefully not too many are too short, because when they go to connect, they're pretty close anyway, a lot of these panels, and you've got too much wire anyway. As you can see, when you connect these panels here, see how they got all these wire, and you've got to wrap them, and they connect, and they'll hang. As we got some connected the other day to do a test on the hinge, and they're just hanging there. But you'd wrap them all up and make them all nice and neat. Right? And so you've got a little bit of spare that you can use, but some of them need to be long, or you need an extra connect to when you want to connect them 24 volts and higher. You might need a connect, but when you stay close, they're usually right. A lot of panels you can just go ch-ch-ch. Right, so we'll see how we go. So I said to him, without panicking too much, and know what it works like, and people screw up sometimes, and I don't mind to do a little fix and able to reattach them when I go to rehook them up later on. I can do that at the same time, and hopefully there'll be no real issues, and might just need to get a little extra extension cord or something, a cord or two, which would be no big deal. And so I said to him not to fuss about it too much, but it would have been good if they had a tool, you know what I mean, and not have an issue at all would have been good. But I managed to turn a bad screw up sometimes that can be time consuming and costly in certain areas to easily fixed by knowing stuff and able to do stuff myself, as I'm sick and don't work at the moment, and I can quickly just reattach that. And I'm in high vibes, and I don't let two small things get to me, right? And when it comes to issues like that, I'm going to try to think positive about it, and hopefully later on, if there was an issue, that God would sort that out. That's what we say, isn't it? That we keep on trucking what we do and hope one day that things work out like that. But anyway, I'm just going to jump up on the roof, and I'll move the cameras from so they didn't have to be spied on, as I talked about that I've had death threats, and why there's cameras up there for safety. And just quickly park this car. had cameras up here and all that, so they didn't feel like I'm spying on them, because that's not what I'm doing. I'll adjust that a bit later, something like that there. There's somewhere. I'm going to go sort out that bracket. It looks all good. Look, they might have a little bit of brown on them. I did one coat just to blend it out a bit, and I haven't got around doing it again, but I noticed if you still on it the same way and have sticky feet, like it's not doing it to my feet, so, you'll stick to it. So they've been marked. Some of them on their boots. Anyway. They wanted to know if any inverter was hooked up. Well, it's not. I've got 4 plugs that I've talked about that run up that are just connected through this and the fridge and all that. Just plugged in as a spare plug at the moment, as I used a vacuum, but no system there. So I've got to sort out a few issues and get PV where how it goes in that area. And so they're the 4 plugs. Just thought I'd quickly do a video, about the issues. Now they've removed all the wiring now. The top, that's what they were here to do, this top panel. Removed all that. And inside, there's one sitting there, nothing's hooked to it, as you can see. And it's not hooked to the wall or anything, so it just comes down, it's just like an extension cord. It runs up through the roof, and then sits there. And then there's another one. The other ones have been removed, as I talked about before. Over here, there, yeah, the hole's plugged up. I even took the projector one out and that too, because I don't use it anymore. It's plugged up all the holes. And this one's been removed too. Now this one, I kept this one here for a backup, like I said, for the backup system, to hook up the fridge and microwave and all that. And it's just sitting, it's sitting here. And it's the same thing with that. Just one little hole, but there's no attachment. All the little plugs have been plugged up so they can be painted or whatever. And all I have to do is just plug up that hole, cut it and remove it, or not cut it from there, but disconnect it from there and just pull it through. If you wanted to pull through, that's what you'd have to do. So use these ones. Now, I didn't pull up. Okay, I forgot. They probably didn't pull that on because it was caught. That's probably why he was asking if it was plugged in anything. Sorry, mate, I didn't realise that. It's caught on the basket. Because they asked me if it was still connected. It's not connected to anything. But he might have thought this wiring, it's probably just cut at the top there, is connected. Yeah, the basket's sitting on top on one of them. And this one here has just got one bracket here to be placed. Still haven't pulled that one out. But I've fixed up all the panels here, as you can see. And the only one that's going, the other one's all pulled apart and sitting in the spare room, which I've videoed before. The yard test, it's just sitting there. The other 4 batteries, I can hook the other 4 batteries up out of here if I was going to go permanent. I just left it at the moment because I'm going to check out what I'm going to do with it and get some bits for it and stuff to make that Tesla up. But I've got the one out here, and that I have a cord, and that one there. In the spare room, there's another plug in the spare room that runs down into there that powers, or all the fans and stuff like that. That plug already had made it to it, so I left it there. And that's why I plugged in the plugs on the other side too, because I had to plug in one down here, because there's no plug there. There's a plug over underneath there, but I've got so much junk and stuff. As you can see. To get to that plug down the back corner is the house power plug. I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. So I just left this one here, which is the same thing, just comes down to the top here and sits there. And I've got these plugs in here, which are the fans in here. Powering the fans and the light in here. And that plugs into the shed, as I said. And caravan for backup for the moment, because I'll need to have backup as I have my life threatened and all that kind of stuff. And I worry about power easily getting cut off the letterbox there and all those issues that I've got when it comes to perhaps getting attacked. You want to definitely have some security. So what I've done is I've put in through the window here from the caravan. It comes in through the window and it just plugs in down around here to the security camera plugs and stuff like that. And it plugs into this there, which plugs into here, which gives me security cameras and all that, and the TV and stuff like that if I want to, but mainly just the security cameras. Runs from the caravan. One runs off caravan and the other one is on house grid. I've got two of them, right? And so that way at least one of them is still running and powering some of the cameras, because the internet cameras need power. Till I sort out the other issue with the other thing, when I get that running, I'll end up having two set up by it, similar to this one here, but another one by itself. And so on the caravan, which is what I've been talking about, so that cord runs all out here, runs the power to the caravan if you need to power up the house power, which is what you do, you plug it in. And then the other one is the one coming from the caravan. It's going to sit you here for a minute. They've been trying to move. Maybe there's too much weight there. Here, I have this system. She's running now. Just pretty much hooked to the house power. Doesn't get too much power for the solar here. And that's why I'm going to put a couple of panels around and stuff like that. It has the battery back up if the power goes off grid. There you go. That's the 24. Hey, look at that. Spider buddy hiding in there. Hey mate, you're going to get jammed in there. Some spiders have a beautiful pattern, don't you think? Come on. I don't think you... Come on, there you go. Oh, there he goes. Come down there somewhere. Back into my little bubble. So yeah, it's good to have a little bubble. It's the only thing that keeps you sane when things are not right out in the world, eh? It's like a storm's coming in. So they took their chances. We had a drizzle and then a stop and then a little drizzle again, like a sun shower kind of drizzle. Oh, they'll hear. But it's hold off. Hasn't hammered down. So as I was down, it would have been wise to come today instead of holding the knife. Definitely if you need to get work done. You just smack it out. It's just like that here. I didn't see anyone slip or anything. Anyway, have a good one. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to have some lunch. And come back out here and quickly do that before it rains too much. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. And take these panels off, clean it up a bit, find out what screws and bolts I got. Sort out things, and then leave it at that. Have a good one, and see you later. Go park my car now.